So he can come back in here. Invite. What's the same one? Okay, let me let him know. Back on. Okay, let's see if that works. So sorry, you guys. Let's see. Hopefully he saw my message and will be back on any minute. Inshallah. Meanwhile, I would love to follow. I'd love for you all to invite others to the room, to the live. Again, this is a very important topic that is plaguing the Muslim community as well as the general public. Unfortunately, Qadr Allah ma shafa'al. Let's see. Okay, where did he go? Is he trying to get back on? Back on. Okay, let's see here. Okay. He said reboot, and I'm assuming this is what he meant. Let me see. Is there anything else I need to do or can do? Oh boy, I'll have to edit this. Oh gosh. You're alone on stage. Who's talking? Okay. Huh? I don't see you. Hold up. What's he talking about? I don't see you. I don't see you. Oh boy, this is crazy. Do I need to do this again? Let me undo that one. In case he's trying to get in that one. This will be the only one that's live. I'm so sorry, you guys. I really have not done this before. Not with a guest. You all know I'm not new to being online. But I am in terms of using my StreamYard for a guest. Yeah, there could be a reason behind that. May Allah guide you. I mean, let me see if he's saying something. He said 1 sec. So again, if you are not following, please follow. If you could also, for those of you that are on TikTok, if you could share, this, tap the screen several times so that will send out hearts to, that's part of the algorithm that lets others know that we are having a live conversation. And they might, general people might be inclined to join us. Let me see if it is. Hold on. I guess it's a new link. This is crazy. Nope, that's not it. Hold on. Invite. Copy. Let's see. I think that's what it is. Dang. it. Let me send. It might be. No, it's the same link. I'm looking dead at it. Uh-oh. Dang. Yes. Walaikum salam.
Is it? Yes, ma'am.
It looks like the same. It looks like the same link because I'm looking at it.
Did you have to make a new show?
Yeah.
It's a new link.
Okay. Okay. I'll send it.
Okay. Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam. Oh, did it end my room? Lord have mercy. Okay. Sorry, guys. Ah. Goodness gracious. I told you I don't do well with this one woman show thing. Bear with me here. Let's see, which is the newer link. Let's try it again. Bismillah. Copy. Paste. That should not be a different link. I don't understand why it would be. But okay, let's see if that works. Let's see. Bismillah. Let's see if that works. Hopefully it does. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay. Yeah, come on to the clubhouse. Yeah, for those of you that may want to come in Clubhouse, we're hanging out there. We're hanging out on all my networks today. Alhamdulillah. Allahumma barak. That's Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and Clubhouse. And for those that want to come inside of Clubhouse, we are in the house of Muslim storytellers today. Let's see. Did he say it's working? It might be. I don't know why that's saying it's an old link. It looked like the same exact link. Okay. So just so you all know, we're using my StreamYard to invite him onto StreamYard and to YouTube. So just bear with us, please. I do apologize. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. That's the same link, sis.
Hold on.
Okay, listen, don't worry. Listen, let me walk you through it. Are you looking at your StreamYard right now?
Yes.
Okay. You see down at the bottom,
right?
It says mute and stop and all that.
Yep.
Does it say? Tell me all of them that it says, because I don't see it on my side.
Mute, stop cam, settings, invite.
Right. Press the invite. Yes.
And that's okay. Now it's giving me another link. Okay.
That's right. That's the link.
Okay. It didn't do. Now what I'm seeing is moments ago came up for some reason. Okay. Let me redo that. Bismillah.
Bismillah. That's gonna be it. I'm gonna get off.
Okay.
All right. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Okay. Nah. Still here. Okay, Bismillah, come on. Update. I needed to update. Hold on. Technology. Okay, here we go. Bismillah. Almost, you guys. Now, is this the one I just... Is it... No, that's not it. Is it this one? That says 23 minutes ago. That's not it. What about this one? 4 minutes ago. Okay, cool. Copy link. I hope this is it. Oh, my, please. Bismillah. I think that's it. Okay, let me get back over here. Okay, city. That should be it. We should be ready to go any moment, inshallah. Of course, you can't edit on Clubhouse, but inshallah, I'll be able to edit on YouTube and the other channels. Oh boy, I really needed this on YouTube, not on StreamYard. Hopefully, please, Allah, let that be it. Please. All he has to do is click. Did I? Click it. Oh, good. Woo, alhamdulillah. All righty. There we go. Now, hopefully, the mic is working.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's begin. Bismillah. Okay, without further ado, we're going to start with dua. Bismillah. Alhamdulillah. As-salamu Rasulullah. Thank you all so much for joining and your patience. Again, if you all have not already done your due diligence in sharing this room, sharing this live, we need you to do that. And why do we need you to do that? Because this is a subject that touches all communities, and no one is exempt, from any mistakes. And here, I don't know the full story. You might want to grab some tissue. I'm not sure. The brother is a very good storyteller. Alhamdulillah, Allahumma barik. So for those of you who don't know, Brother Khalifa and his lovely wife are business partners of mine. I've known them since 2016. We finally figured out what the year was. Alhamdulillah, Allahumma barik. And so they were here. Both of them were online before with me, sharing, their story of living off precious metals, meaning gold and silver, for more than 5 years. And that is on replay. So anybody wants to listen to that, you are more than welcome to, inshallah. But we are here to listen to this journey of yours from drug life to love life. Love life to rug life, inshallah. So without further ado, if you could go ahead, I'm gonna mute myself and just sit back and listen, inshallah.
Inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I'd like to first thank you, Sister Radia, for inviting me to this beautiful platform. I want to thank those followers of yours and supporters of yours for the patience of which you obtained during the time for setting this program up to start. We all know that there's hard trials are necessary to establish truth. And, after difficulty comes ease. And we had a little difficulties coming together with the mics and the visits and all of that. But all we had to do was just obtain that duration, and look what happened. Voila. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the most victorious of all things. And I just want to thank you for your patience, because that too is what had to happen to me, in my journey. Hard trials are necessary to establish truth. And I went through some difficult times in my life. Now, I want to say, first and foremost, that this ain't one of those, I was born in the hood, in the projects, living off of peanut butter and jelly and things like that. And no, this is not that type of a story. So many people can relate to that. I came from a very good upbringing. My mother and father, before they returned back to Allah, was married 60 years. I never heard
bet
them
it.
fight one time. Never. My dad was a very hard working brother. And he and you know he turned his life over to God into to the Christian area. But I gotta let everybody know that though my father took that route, the house that I was raised in, wow. If you close your eyes, you would think you was in an Islamic foundation. The benefits and all the upbringings was that of do right, treat people right, do good deeds, and thank the creator of all the worlds. I wanted to start that out because many people and many times we hear of people just, living in the projects and things of that nature. That wasn't my type. Now, yes, did we live in the projects? Yeah, we did. But the mentality was not a project mentality. The spirit was not a project mentality. So, with that being said, I had an indirect vision of this life while living in the projects. The last vision that I had while I was living in the projects was one day. It's very, very hot in the city, and back in the day, telling my age a little bit, moms used to take the milk cart. Back in the day, you used to have the milkman used to come and deliver milk to you. And mom used to it was so hot in the house that you used to take the milk carton and prop it between the door so that the air from the hallways could come and breeze the house off. Well, one particular day, we was startled by my mother screaming for my father. So we all got to the front door. Now I'm a little boy now. I'm 8 years old. And we come to see a brother, a young man, propped between the door, inside, halfway in the house and halfway out the house. We'll come to find out that he had OD'd from heroin. And my father was going to call the cops, and he's okay, let's call the cops. But little be known that the people that he was getting high with, they was actually kind of right there. They was kind of like up the steps a little, trying to looking down to see what he was going to be doing. So they came down and said, "No, listen, Mr. Forrest, don't call the police. Go get some milk, and you don't have to call the police yet. We can save him." So they took the milk and they put it in a syringe and they injected it into his veins. A couple of minutes, the brother came back too. And then they said to my father, "Okay, call the police and call the ambulance." So that's what he did. And they stayed there until they came. Well, not till they came. They stayed until they almost got upstairs, and they went down the other way. It saved his life. When my father closed the door, he said, "I got to get my family out of here." And he worked feverishly for 8 months. And we moved from 40 Projects, Queens, New York, to Long Island. And had a beautiful house built up from the ground. I have to lay this out to everybody to take away the fact that everybody that is addicted to some type of substance comes from that type of atmosphere and surroundings. There's many of us addicted many of us that find ourselves in addiction that never lived that lifestyle. Never. So fast forward, I had a beautiful life out there in Long Island, away from the substance abuse up so close. And I went off to the Air Force. When I was in the military, I was in a special unit, and some real bad things happened. Some bad things happened so bad that I blocked it out in my head when I came home. And by blacking it out when I came home, instead of expressing myself for the help that I needed, I latched on to mask it with drugs. Now, this journey of masking was 30 years. What I just told you, I had no idea until I started getting clean of why I was getting high, why I was abusing myself, why I was actually committing a slow suicide. It wasn't until I got out of jail at one point, and I said, hey, I'm not trying to go back to jail. I'm not trying to do this. I told my dad, I said, I'm going down south to live. They was like, yeah, right. You going down south. I went down south. And the first thing I did when I went down south was look for the brothers. Because I knew that going the way I went on my own account, that it was not beneficial to my life. So while down south, I ran into a group of brothers that was doing what was right, staying clean, staying healthy. Okay. So I want to have a major, major, major shout out to the Nation of Islam. Because while in the Nation of Islam, I was able to collect myself. I was able to know more and learn more about my personal strengths. But one thing that I did not do was totally release the beast. Many times people that are trying to eliminate some type of addiction, they'll just put this one down and pick this one up. They'll exchange this one for this one. All right, this one ain't as bad as this one. But let me tell you something. Everything that will deter your balance in your body is bad. I always love to say that Allah is not the author of confusion. So whenever you put some kind of intoxicant within you and it makes you unbalanced other than yourself, that is not Allah. Not saying that he's not with you and staying with you, but the more you put in there, the harder it is for you personally to grab on to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So though I was getting better at one point, at the other end, I wasn't. So it wasn't until one time that I was kind of reaching out, hey, you know, I kind of need help, and my physical looking, my speech, it wasn't resonating with the people that I was reaching out to. So instead of continuously to look for help, I elected to just back off from the help that I know I could get and say, you know what, I do this on my own. So this is a message to those of us that are suffering any type of addiction. And it does not have to be drugs. An addiction is something that is going to make you unbalance you other than yourself. You cannot do it alone. The percentage of you being successful to do it alone is probably like 1%. So if you understand yourself that you have a problem, I suggest that you reach out to somebody for some direction to get some help. So I finally did. And I went to a place that I was hearing about for many years, which was very, very hard to get into. And it was a place that would house brothers in the daytime, at nighttime, to get them off of the streets. But you would have to leave during the daytime. A men's shelter, basically. And but it was very hard to get into. Okay, so I finally mustered up enough encouragement to go. When I went there, it actually was too late that day because you had to be in a certain hour to get in. So I was like, after they had let everybody else in, I was like number 10th on the line. And, you know, they opened the door and they talking to the one guy and they say, look, no, but you made it too late. Come here tomorrow, 2:00, be online, be early, you can get here. They was going down the line like that. How can I help you? And they say, nah, brother. The brother ahead of me was actually in that program. But he stayed out the previous night. So if you stay out, you jeopardize being able to come back because it's a program to get better. He was upset. They went through a lot of changes, and he wasn't able to get in. Come back tomorrow. I was up next. And he told me, hold on one second, brother. He had to take care of something that was inside. And this is a glass door, office and everything. Big facility. He said, hold on one time. He said, hold up, brother. He said, yo, sit down right here. Hold on one second. I sat down. And he took about 2 minutes, came up, and he said, brother, how can I help you? And without me getting emotional whenever I tell the story, I looked him in his eyes and said, brother, if you have any God in you, I can't last another day in these streets. If I have to last another night in these streets, I'm gonna die. He said, hold on a second, brother. And he closed the door. I went back down and sat down, and I saw him walk around and walk into the desk part where it was about 4 or 5 more brothers in there. Now, keep in mind, I don't know if you're seeing the picture that I had when I was in that life, but it was nothing like this. Okay, you would say that's not him. That's you. That's not you. Actually, that picture did me some justice because at the time I'm talking about, it was worse than that. It was way worse than that. So now, I see him coming from around the desk and coming to the front again. And he came to the door and he's like, brother. So I got up, I started walking over there, and he said, brother, get your bags, man, get your bags. I said, wow, got my bags. He came. Now, this was another brother. This wasn't the brother that came to the door the first time. When I was coming through the door, the brother said, Assalamu alaikum. I said, wa alaikum salam. Came in, and that started my true journey of recovery. I went cold turkey, and it wasn't pretty. You know, I kind of like jumped to this part of the story, but like I got to that men's facility from my brother. They helped me to get clean. And when I mean by getting clean, I'm talking about not using physically. Just keep in mind that I was addicted to drugs for 30 years.
SubhanAllah.
Actually, 35 years. And my drug of choice was heroin. So I sniffed heroin up my nose every day. My last couple of years of heroin usage, you know, I was sniffing $300 a day. Now keep in mind, I'm not working. I'm hustling. And I'm doing whatever I can to get $300 for this drugs. Also, everyone, keep in mind that every single night for a year, I would say, I'm not getting high tomorrow, no more. For a whole year, every night, I'm not getting high, no more. This is it. But every day in the morning, my body would tell me, yeah, yes, you are. You're going to go do that. And no matter how hard I was fighting it, it would make me go after it. The brothers from the Atlanta Masjid, they stuck by me.
Alhamdulillah.
And even if I wasn't coming to the mosque, they kept close to me. So I was able to go into a true drug rehabilitation program. And I want to say this and then and give it to you, sister. So if you have any type of questions, because see, what I've been developing now is something to help other people, not just help those that are suffering some type of addiction, but more often than anything, the families of the addicted person, they need just as much help and support than the person that's doing the drugs.
Absolutely.
So we'll speak about that if you like, the thing that I do have, but I wanted to say that when I got into the drug rehab program, the old head was in the program, and I was just really just trying to get by, thinking, okay, I'm not getting high no more, so I'm gonna just ease on by. But in rehabilitation from addiction, especially, just imagine this, especially 35 years.
Hmm.
It just ain't just getting rid of the drugs use no more. You have 35 years to catch up on life.
Mm.
So there's a whole lot of my life that I missed. There's a whole lot of life from a certain time to a certain time that was missing.
Mm.
How to do this, how to do that. I don't have a job history. Now to 35 years, I don't have a job history.
Mm.
I'm not blaming anybody. But I utilize this to help others.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was just trying to get by, my social worker would always say, did you share? Did you share? Did you? No. Because, that part of me within me, I was like, nah, I ain't going to share, because if I'm there and I share with my experience and this, that, and other, it's going to put a dark cloud over the meeting. I don't want to do that. So I kept saying, no, I didn't share this time. No, I didn't share this time. Until one session with her, she says, listen, Khalifa, if you don't share when you go to the meeting tonight, then you're going to have to get a new social worker psychiatrist.
Hmm.
I was like, whoa. Now that wasn't hitting me too good. You trying to tell me that now I got to get somebody new that I don't know and start regurgitating everything that I really didn't want to tell you in the first place. Now I got to do it again with somebody. I was like, ooh. So I had to make myself at the meeting that night, raise my hand and say, hey, I'm Khalifa, and this is blah, 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 blah. And when I did it, I put my hand down, I had about 30 or 40 grown men and women putting their hands up in tears, saying, man, brother, thank you for sharing what you shared, man. And they was relating to something in their life that was bottled in with them as well. See, there's a lot of things that I'm saying right now that I'll be able to answer the questions through this. Because, first of all, many people don't know or can't tell because they don't know what to look for of people that love them that's getting high.
Yes.
Then there's many people that know what they see and just want to act like they don't see it. So there's so many things that has to be developed in the Ummah, and I'm talking about those that are striving to be right. There's problems there too, family. Let's not be the ones that say, not my child. Why not your child? How do you know? So after I did that, needless to say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala really started working on me. And this is what really, really projected my elevation. Now I come up to the modern times right now. I said I didn't have no kind of job history. So I had to rely on the military from what happened to me. And now they had to pay me. Now, is that really life sustaining? No, it's not. But I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for it. But it enabled me to be able to get into the entrepreneurship that I am right now, and where I met Sister Radia and my beautiful wife and the beautiful Halal Wealth Builders. And been clean for a while. Been clean for a while by Allah's permission. And I'll say this before, and then I'll hand it back to you, Sister Radia. Everybody, I keep those dark times. When I say dark times, I'm talking about sleeping in a basement. When it rains, 6 inches, 8 inches of water in the basement. Rats 18 inches big. with 4 or 5 different other addicts in there. Listen to
Hmm.
this. This house was the house of my drug dealer.
Oh Allah.
All getting emotional
Oh,
here. Whew,
subhanallah.
I don't know. All we had to do was knock on the floor. Boom, boom, boom. And then he'll come down and serve us whatever drugs we wanted.
Mm.
I keep those experiences right here. Every single day of my life. To remind me where I do not want to return to.
Hmm.
I can't thank Allah enough for Islam. I can't thank Allah enough for my wife. I can't thank Allah enough for the believers that are surrounding me and that I extend my help to enough. I can't do it enough. You know, so with that, I asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be able to allow me to help somebody else. So at this time right now, we focused on building a home that is going to be housing um, incarcerated brothers and sisters coming home from incarceration, a halfway house, those that are coming out of the street from drug addiction. We have counselors and we have vendors that are out here to help. I am now, by Allah's permission, uh, substance abuse counselor and peer specialist.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah.
So, you know, and the thing is, anybody, even if you don't use myself, the thing is, everyone, is that when if it's you or your family members, or you're a family member of somebody that is addicted, and they're going to get help, and you're seeking help and advice, the first thing we have to do is to rise above our own personal emotions, to allow the help to come in and settle down. Thanks, Sister Radia. I mean, I answer any questions. I know y'all got a
Woo.
gang of them. If the people out there got questions, I'm ready to answer them.
Alhamdulillah. Barakallahu feek for sharing. Um, yeah, so we'll start with Clubhouse first. Anyone that's in Clubhouse, if you all want to raise your hand and come to the stage, please do so that you can ask your questions. Um, I will read what I have seen in the chat thus far. Excuse me. Okay. I think if the guest had been here live in this room, his voice would have been better. Allahu alam. The drug dealer was a demon. The family doesn't want to accept that what they're seeing is true. Sometimes the family personalize the drug issues of a family member and are in denial. And uh, she was also asking, do you have a website?
So let me address that part if you don't mind. That's the
Sure, yeah.
worst demon of anyone that is actually trying to get help, individually or family, is the denial part.
Yes.
And let's stick with the individual first.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
individual, okay? If you have any kind of addiction, you are not going to be fully helped and contained until you admit to yourself that you need help. You don't have to say you are addicted right now. You don't have to say I admit I'm addicted. You know why? Because sometimes we've been in that world so long that denial is taking over, and it's not going to let you say I'm addicted. I'm an alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a drug
Mm-hmm.
fiend. It's not going to allow you to say that. But I tell you what, one thing it will allow you to say, I need some help.
Mhm.
So say that first and
Mm.
continue to manifest that I need help. So once we continue to manifest that part that I need help, then you could go to the next level to get that help. And now the family members, wow, they are the ones that's so much in denial of anything.
Mhm.
Okay. If you want your family member to get help, most family members, you have to stop being an enabler.
Mhm.
Most times, before they are denials, they're enablers. What is that? You know doggone well that your family member don't need $35 at 2, 3:30 in the morning because they owe
Mhm.
somebody some money or they trying to do something at 2 or 3:30 in the morning. Multiple times this happens, and multiple times you do it.
Mm.
So we have got to get a rein on ourselves to be able to say, okay, oh, am I going to help them or I'm going to be a part of the problem?
Mm.
So that denial thing is very, very key from the one that said that. Yes,
Mhm.
very key.
Mhm.
I don't have a website. Well, we do have a website in construction. Inshallah ta'ala, next month it'll be up, and then we will share it with Sister Radia so that you know we could be a part of the helping the community.
Inshallah. I don't know if you want to answer this question, a question that came to my mind, with you talking about enabling and being part of the problem or part of the solution. Um, what, if any, of these roles did your family play in this?
Oh, um, I want to say that I guess I was a special kind of doper because
Mm.
I stayed away from my family.
Okay.
I was too embarrassed to be around my family in the condition that I was in. Now,
Mm.
now, I'll tell you something that's very key though, and I'm glad you brought this up. Wow, this one here is whew. Now, I used to. This is another sign for those that think or that they know that their people is doing something other than themselves because they only come back home, and when they come back home to just refuel themselves. They come back home to eat up, to get cleaned up, to wash
Mm-hmm.
up, and to get a belly full and stay there and get some sleep and some rest and all of that stuff. And then before you know it, pew, they out there on the beat again. And you don't see them for another 6 months, 8 months, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, my family, whoo, this is hard. I'm home, I'm refueling. And I'm in the den. My mom comes in there and says, Carlitos, come here, man. She said, look, as long as you like this, you're not welcome here no more.
Huh.
Whoa, my mother. Oof, boy. Alhamdulillah. My mother said, as long as you look like this, as long as you do like this, you know can come here no more. Now, the drugs and the addiction in me said, no problem. Now, I didn't say it to her, but
Mm-hmm.
inside I was like, no problem. I ain't got no problem with that. Look, I'm out of here, right? She crying, and I'm like, tough. Look, no problem. Let me go. Wallahi, everybody. When I stepped out that door, boom, as soon as that door closed, right? I wanted to turn around and bang on that door and say, Mom, sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. But the drugs wouldn't let me do it.
Mm. How
And I
far
ended
were
up
you into?
another few years out there in Skid Row, you know.
Mm.
Uh, and another thing with my brother. One time my brother came to see me. And
Hold on.
these
Before you say that, How is your brother,
Yes.
older or younger?
Pardon me?
Your brother, was he younger or older?
My brother was younger than me.
Mm.
Now, these two instances wasn't too far behind each other. It's like maybe a week apart. Okay. So I'm at home, and just understand this too. When I say home, the home that I was in was a shell. Wasn't no home. So I'm there. My brother comes and he comes to visit me right when I'm about to get high. So he's at the door. I'm like, oh man, I can't believe this, man. What? He's like, man, open the door, man. So I gotta open the door. It's my family. I don't see him too much. So I hide everything, clean everything up as best I can. I let him in. He already know them. I don't let him in. I get out, go outside, and I'm sitting on the stoop with him. And he's talking now, we doing, the brother thing. Nah, bro, all this kind of stuff. I'm really like trying to get him up out of there so I can do what I gotta do. And he knows this. He says to me, see, these are three things that really push me to do what I had to do. He says to me, Carlitos, you know why you're not gonna stop getting high? And I'm like, what, Lance? What? He said, cause you love it too much. He said, cause you love it too much, man. And I was like, yeah, all right, man. Okay, do you finish? Get up out of here. Now I'm tired of him. I pushed him away, did what I had to do. Ever since that day, anytime I was getting ready to sniff any heroin or do any kind of drugs, anytime. You ever see them cartoons where, you have like the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other shoulder? Every time I'm getting ready to do that, my brother and my mother will be on the shoulder, and my brother say, see, I tell you, you love it too much. And my mother would say, long as you like this, you can't come home. Now I had that happening to me for like a whole year. Until finally I said, you know what? That's what made me say, you know what? I gotta do something. I gotta do something. Now, when the kicker of everything, this is when I knew that Allah was not far from me. And this is all in the same, let's say a 30-day period. Me and one of the dudes that I used to get high with and hustle and get the money to get high, we are on our way to do something to get some money. We passing a church. The church, and then as we pass it, the church is across the street. We're walking across the street from the church. We're walking in and get ready to go do what they do. Out of nowhere, I hear somebody say, yelling, does anybody know how to drive a bus? Wallahi. So we walk in the truck. She said, does anybody know how to drive a bus? There's a park across the street. We're walking on that side. There's a park, people playing basketball. And then here go to church. And she's yelling, I know how to drive a bus. So I'm slowing down, and my dude with me, he's like, man, come on, man. What you doing, man? I said, man, I could drive a bus, man. He said, bro, what you talking about, man? We get ready to go do some things, man. What are you talking about? I was like, man. So I said, I could drive a bus. She said, brother, please. My church is going to a big function and da-da-da. Can you please drive the bus? We'll pay you. So all of these instances right here is designed to keep me away from getting high. And I followed it. and I followed it enough to really get some help. Any other questions? Or that was a good question. Did it answer your question?
You did.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Wait, huh? Wait. Please at least answer.
Or
They
even a
pause
comment. That's fine.
anytime, just in case they want to be talked out of going to the drug dealer. Sometimes these people are attacked or sexually abused by men and women and drugged by them too. The shayateen are with those who use drugs and other intoxicants. Do you all take donations?
Well, I really couldn't
Khalifa,
really
you all
hear too much of that, but I can say this: that world is a totally different world. Yes, and it's nothing, zero. There is nothing good about that world at all. Zero. And it's only but a matter of time before something bad happens. See, those of us that are saved out of that lifestyle, we should be thanking the Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, every single day just for that. There's times when we was getting high, and some people would die in overdose. Right there. Did that stop us from getting high? No, not at all. Did it have us leave? No, not at all. See, the devil is in control of all of that. Okay, I think she got pulled off, but the devil is control of all of that. And sometimes we can't be wow. We just got to be more aware of ourselves and what's going on. This is a harsh world that we live in, and the more that we fuel it with negative things, the worse it's going to get. So right now, we do have programs that will help different individuals to understand what it is they're going through, how to address what it is that they're going through, and how to obtain the proper help so that they can be healthy as they go through it. I told you that I did cold turkey. Personally, I wouldn't tell nobody to do that. Zero. It's a bad experience. And from what I understand, there's not many people that can survive just cold turkey. Not many people. But there are people and there are organizations that can help you. If
Wait,
one
stop
if
talking.
one
we Brother Khalifa, hold on. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can?
Yes.
Okay. There's like 3 minutes there was 3 minutes that we were not, something was going on with the internet. So I don't know what you were saying. If you could start over.
Well, it said live from here, but I don't know if the people heard me. But that lifestyle and that world is not pleasant at all. And we have to be very, very careful because, you know, it's just a dangerous situation for the individual and the surrounding areas. So what we want to do is we want, you know, I did say
Mm-hmm.
that, you know, I went cold turkey, and I wouldn't suggest that for nobody.
Mm-hmm.
That is a terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, the cold turkey was, I was in the recovery stage of withdrawals for 11 days.
Mm-hmm.
I personally only
Whew.
remember the first two. The other
Mm.
the other 9 days, I didn't know. They had to tell me what was going on.
Hmm.
I'm a grown man and I could do
Oh
nothing
wow.
for myself. Okay? Nothing.
Hmm.
So once again, if we have individuals that are suffering of that nature, you have to want to get that help. You have to want to get that help. You have to want to get clean. And the best thing to do is to find someone to help you. But the first thing you have to do is to admit that I need to get help. I'm available, Sister Radia, for
Yes.
anybody that is seeking any kind of help. If they want to talk to me, then they could call me. I'm not, listen, when it comes down to addiction, and it doesn't have to be drugs. Understand this, everyone. I'm available. Sister Radia, I'm available to anybody now. I don't care. I give my number out. Is it okay? You there, Sister Radia? Well, anybody, just so you know, I'm available for any kind of support, any kind of consultation, any kind of consulting, for anything. Yes. I see Sister Radia coming in now. There you go.
I'm in here twice. Whoa.
Yes, yeah, you're on
I'm
twice
in here
right now.
twice. I don't
Yes,
know
ma'am.
why.
But can you hear me, Sister
I
Radia?
don't know how that happened. Okay, have a twin. Huh? Okay. Yes.
So I'm available, Sister Radia. I don't
Let's
care,
see.
you know.
Let's see. Where did I leave off with it? Okay. I don't know if you had heard me when I was asking on behalf of Umaisha. She was asking, do you all accept donations?
Yes, we do. Yes,
Can you
we
hear
do.
me? Okay.
Yes, yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes. How would she,
Okay.
or
Yes,
anyone
ma'am.
that wants to donate, how would they be able to donate?
Okay. And this is twofold. And for those that can
Cash
hear,
App, Zelle, Pay.
yes, this is twofold. Can you hear me, Sister Radia? Okay, so
Mhm.
for anybody that can hear me, this is twofold. If you desire any kind of consultation, you need to talk to somebody, you need to talk to me, you can call me at 347 8981. Once again, any kind of consultant, any kind of talk, any kind of help and support, you could call me at 347-337-8981. Now, for any kind of donations to help support the drug counseling, the prison Dawa ministry that we have that's helping brothers and sisters coming home from incarceration and giving them a soft landing and a Islamic foundation, or just to a foundation to come home of love and understanding. All donations could be Zelled at the same number. The Zelle would be 347 337 8981. And may Allah, the creator of all the worlds, help you and support you and reward you for your donations. And inshallah ta'ala, I'll always be available to help those in need. Might have to say that again.
Here twice again.
Do I have to? You want me to say it again, Sister Radia?
Yes, you are.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Now I can.
All right. All right. I'm gonna say it again. For anybody, for any consultation and consulting, you could call me at 347-337-8981. Once again, any consultation, consulting, things of that nature, you need to talk, 347-337-8981. For those that have the donations and the kind hearts to donate to support this or anybody in need, you could, the support donations will come through Zelle at the same number, 347-337-8981. Thank you for any kind of donations. And the biggest donation that we can have is make dua for the community, for the ummah to really strengthen themselves and get away from this devil. Because listen, everybody, it's touching everyone.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You there?
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
There was a question I had. Yes. Oh, so if you could go into depth about things that we need to look for anyone that I'm using.
Yes, very, very good question.
You're talking and I'm talking.
Yes.
Can
you hear me? Okay, for those that are still on, and she asks, is there anything that you can look for that would let you think that someone is either abusing themselves with any kind of intoxicants or things of that nature? Okay. The best thing is if you actually know the individual. And when I say if you actually know the individual, I'm talking about if it's someone that you actually know. If it's your son, if it's your daughter, if it's your husband, if it's your wife, if it's your very close friend, you know how they was and you see a major difference, then it is time to ask them the difficult questions. So you have to put yourself in that position if you really love the person. And the difficult questions is, number one, are you getting high? If you know the person, you know how your mama used to say, boy, don't lie to me. And then you say something and say, boy, you lying. Because they know. So you have to look at the different changes within a person. And it can be many, many different changes, but you will know the change. Drastic loss of weight, not keeping up their personal appearance, smelling, quick-tempered, ill-mannered, things that you know that they not usually like this. There's something is bothering them. And listen, it don't necessarily have to be any kind of drugs either. But it's something that's in their life right now that making them other than themselves. Many people get depressed over many different reasons. So the to look for is that. Now, another thing, because we live in 2025, is a lot of our children are getting high off of pharmaceuticals right in our in our bathrooms. They'll go in grandma's house and clean her out of her meds and be experimented. So, you know, the best thing to do is when you see them other than themselves, then start asking the difficult questions. You know them better than they know themselves. If they're other than themselves, you know them better than them. That's a great question, Sister Radia.
Okay. I had to seek refuge. We had went out again.
I don't know if the people is hearing me, but I haven't been going out. So that question was great for Sister Radia. You know, and another thing too. Let me say this, Sister Radia, to those that are listening right now. If you think that you having some type of somebody within your family that you know that you believe is doing some things, then give me a call. Let me do a consultation with you and them. And that number again is 347-337-8981. I do consultations 24/7. I'm available. You can't pick and choose when somebody is in need of help from addiction. And we're gonna this is a I think that this is a this is a great topic.
And it's only one.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We had gone out again.
That's all right.
Yeah. Again, you want to stay and ask your questions, you're more than welcome. Just raise your hand. That might do better. Oh, I think somebody at work and can't talk, and this is why. So Aisha was asking where located. Where's everything gonna be located? And what's the I got his name.
What is that again?
I know you all are in Florida. You all are where's everything gonna be located? In Tampa?
Right now we're located in Tampa, Florida. Okay, but we're actually in the works of getting a facility, a group home facility in Atlanta, Georgia, and in Albany, Georgia. Inshallah. But I can tell you this too, Sister Radia. I'm available to come to anybody's masjid, home, anybody. You give me a call. We set up the arrangements. I will be there for support. I'll be there to do a conference. I'll be there to do any type of awareness program anytime.
I mean.
So, Sister Radia, I just expressed that if there's anybody that would like me to come to their masjid, their organization, I'm available to come to the weekend and do a weekend consultation. Do a talk of empowerment anytime. And that can be reached at that same number, 347-337-8981.
Okay. Okay. Anyone on TikTok or Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram with any questions? Ooh. Let me see. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome. Yeah, I don't see any other questions on any of the other streams. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Inshallah. I thought of one. Your brother. What is your relationship like with your brother?
Oh, well, my relationship with my brother and my sister, actually now it's a relationship. It's beautiful.
Okay. Okay.
You know, they're happy that their big brother is back, and I'm happy to be back.
Mm-hmm. Brother Khalifa, I had
Yes,
went out
ma'am.
again. You said you have an actual you you have an actual relationship with your siblings now, huh?
Excellent relationship. It's a relationship now. Yes,
Alhamdulillah.
ma'am. I want to thank those
Alhamdulillah.
that are starting
Good.
to
And
send
your
in.
sister, is she older or younger?
My sister is the baby.
Your sister, is she older or younger?
She's
Okay.
younger. She's the youngest of us.
So you're the oldest.
That's correct.
Mm. SubhanAllah. What's the age difference between you all?
I am 4
Okay.
years
I think it's very good.
old. I'm 4 years older than my brother, and I'm 2 years older than my sister.
Mm. Mm. Okay.
To which
Oh.
to which
Hello.
neither one of
And
them.
we're alive to see you. Okay.
Pardon me. What was that question, Sister Radia? While she's coming back, I want to thank those that are sending in Sedekah through the Zelle so very, very much. May Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala bless you for all that you do. Alayla, Snell, thank you much. May Allah continue to bless you. And all those that are sending any kind of donation, especially those that are making dua. Make dua for the community. Make dua for those in need and help. That is the
Like
best sadaqah
extreme.
we can
It's
have
not
right now.
a stable connection.
Yes, ma'am, Sister Radia.
Absolutely. We had gone out again.
It's okay.
When the oldest sometimes slip if you can be proud that seems that keeps us in abusive state and getting the help that's needed. Allah, Alhamdulillah for those that have donated to our brother's cause. Mm, yeah. So she was saying when the oldest sometimes slip, it can be pride that keeps in an abusive state and from getting the help that's needed.
That's true. You know, I was in denial for a long time.
Let's see if this.
I was definitely in denial for a very, very long time. I think that was what hurt me. Denial, and then well, I want to say that a big part of it was just that I wasn't willing to share what happened to me while I was in the military. And that's really what it's all about right there. That's the bottom line right there. So usually see everybody got to understand this too. People don't just start getting high just to start getting high. It's usually something that gets you there. Even if they say, well, I ain't never had no bad things happen to me, no, but you was influenced by somebody to start. And you was influencing somebody to start. And you know the bad thing about all of that is that when we starting thinking we having a good time. And it stems from we having a good time on the weekends.
Sorry, it cut out.
Yes, ma'am. I was speaking on that you know.
I'm sorry, it cut out again.
That's okay. I was speaking on saying that, you know, people don't just get high just to be getting high, just say, okay, I'm gonna start getting high. That don't usually happen. It happens because of some kind of reason.
Right.
And most of the time it's a bad reason. Now some people say, oh, nothing bad never really happened to me. I just no, you was getting okay, so you was getting high on the intent to having a good time, feeling good when it overtook you. Now you're not doing it just to feel good, to have a good time. You're addicted. And by that time, we're in denial. So we need to understand that it's a whole process, sis. It's a whole process. I want to thank everybody for the donations, sis.
Asked if you didn't mind sharing what to you in the military.
Pardon me?
Alhamdulillah.
What about the military?
It was one of the questions was, yeah.
What was the question?
Ya Allah.
What was the question?
He's just a talker too. Subhanallah.
That's okay. So everyone, Sister Radia?
No, I was just saying we didn't hear anything you said, but if you mind sharing what happened in the military.
Respectfully, I'd like to just say that you know, there's matters of secrecy when it comes down to certain things, and right now is not a good time for me personally to be speaking about those. You know, but there's some real bad things that did happen, and right now is not a good time. Alhamdulillah.
You didn't get to hear it. I hope it picked up.
No, okay. It ain't like you
Somewhere.
just didn't get to hear. Can you hear me now, Sister Radia? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. That military question and information, I'm not going to espouse it right now.
Yes.
Yes. Right now, we're not going to go over that part right now, but it's very, very
On the
bad
rise.
things that happen that, you know, it has to be dissected, and it has to be in a way
Mhm.
where no interruption is going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Now tell
ma'am.
them about your book.
Okay, the book. I got a book that I am revising. Hold on one second. I got a book that I'm revising. The book is called Universal Justice, and it's by Khalifa Muhammad, and it's an emotionally charged, full throttle urban story which dwells deep into the harsh world of drug addiction, crime, and uncovers the complex lives of a money-making crew seeking a better life. Uh, it's being revised because this book was written, you know, when I was in that world. So, you know, I have to be respectful and change some of the language in there. Once the language is changed, then we're going to release it once again. So once again, I wanted everybody to know I want to let everybody know. See, the phone's ringing right now. Should you need any kind of consulting, I can be reached at 347-337-8981. Should you want to donate to the cause of rehabilitation and the drug abuse program of which we have together, it is under the Prison Dawah Relief Fund. And the Zelle is 347-337-8981. The name is Charles Muhammad. I want to thank you all for supporting Sister Radia. I want to thank you all for allowing me to tell my story. Inshallah ta'ala, once my platform returns back, inshallah, after Ramadan, we will invite Sister Radia and everybody here for another part 2 of this program. And we will ask and answer any kind of difficult questions. So once again, I thank you, Sister Radia, for all that you do for the community. I want to thank you for allowing me to come on your beautiful show and your platform. I especially want to thank your followers and supporters
Alhamdulillah.
for the sabr, for the patience that you have to be able to endure this the in and out that's out of our control. Okay. But one thing is for sure is that we are a
Now look,
community.
you ain't talking about your story.
Ma'am. So we're a community of doing what is
I was
right.
saying it's smooth now. I'm telling your story, it's smooth now.
Alhamdulillah, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Alhamdulillah. I want to just thank you, Sister Radia, once again. I want to thank everybody that supports you. And I want to make sure that my services, along with my the individuals from the Halal Wealth Builders and the Prison Dawah Relief, that we're available for consultation and consultation, consulting at 347-337-8981. And any donations that you would like to support this, 347-337-8981. And may Allah continue to bless you, Sister Radia, at giving the people the what it is that they need to sustain themselves is striving for La ilaha illallah Muhammadan Rasulullah. And may Allah continue to bless everybody that is out there striving to do what is right. Remember, we cannot get better until we personally say to ourselves, I need some help. Now, if you are one of them that needs some help, give me a call. Thank you so much, Sister Radia. May Allah continue to bless you. Assalamu alaikum.
I don't know if he's coming back. Okay. Well, I thank you for joining. I do apologize for the technical difficulties. As always, if there are storytellers that those who are good storytellers, we want to know who they are. We want to know their stories. As I always say, everyone's experiences, especially if Allah has brought them through it, could be a breakthrough for someone else. So please be willing to share, inshallah. And if you have ideas for either Muslim Women Wednesday or for the community days, rooms, conversations, anything that you feel that we need to talk about, which there will be there's some things I need to post that we do need to talk about, but I some of these things you all may not have seen. So inshallah, at some point, I pray tonight, no later than tomorrow, or over the course of the weekend, I'll be posting those, and then we'll have conversations about them. So many things are happening right now, and it's like a soap opera. You miss one day, you may not be able to catch up. So, yeah, for those listening to the replay, if and I want to thank you all for the support that you've given as well, and may Allah continue to bless and guide you and your families, keeping you all firmly upon steadfastness. Allahumma balagna Ramadan. Subhanaka Allahumma bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Ameen. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minadh-dhalimin. Allahumma balagna Ramadan. Ameen. And as I always say, be resilient, inshallah, and have a good rest of your day, afternoon, or evening, or morning, wherever you are in the world. And inshallah, we will see one another again very soon. Assalamu alaikum.